Let's start by talking about Arsenal, who...
The Arsenal.
The Arsenal, who, you know, they've dropped points the last couple of games, but still have stretched their lead to 7 points. So do you see it as opportunities missed or a positive that they are stretching their advantage?
I think it is a positive. Not it is. Not that I think about it. It is a positive, sorry. I thought at the time, yes, we dropped some points when it did happen, but then you see that obviously Villa is not winning against Everton, so you find yourself in a situation where if nobody wants to run with us, you have to take what you have to take. 7 points ahead, it's a massive advantage. And I know it could have been 9 and it could have been more, but you know, whenever I speak to some friends, when I speak to people, because you didn't see Arsenal cross the line for a very long time in the league, it's almost like, what do you mean you're 7 points ahead? You have two teams that can be in the top 4. You put money on the table. We kept our coach. We're going to talk, and we see obviously a lot of coaches that are getting the sack or the people don't trust. It looked like that we were right to keep that manager. Is doing extremely well. Obviously, I'm going to repeat myself. You put money on the table. You're 7 points ahead. What do you want to be? 30 points ahead, and then you want the league. You want to win the league already now. We are doing extremely well. We asked Mikel Arteta to find a way to be above Liverpool and Man City. If they're not following with Villa, that's on them. Look at what you're doing and what you can do, however you want to do it. I know a lot of people are talking about set pieces and, you know, not a lot of chances created and whatnot. We asked him to find a way to win. We still didn't. But that's what he's doing.
They're getting closer to it, that is for sure. They asked him to find a way, and as Thierry says, they have done just that, because it wasn't so long ago. You don't have to go back too far. Across North London, Spurs were finishing seasons above them for 6 successive years.
I didn't know that was an achievement.
Well, it's not a trophy, but you'd be well aware of their bragging rights, and it feels an interesting way for them to measure themselves.
When you want to play against Manchester City, you also need to be able to hurt them when you're on the ball. And the space that we were talking about, Bruno Fernandes will operate in between the two lines of 4, and Man City didn't do it so often. Look at the awareness of Fernandes. He can see that Maino dropped. Lisandro Martinez has a possibility of pass, so you have to help in the space higher. So you can attract Rodri. Now the ball goes to Maino that came to play underneath him. We go on the other side. And if he wasn't, unfortunately for Dalot on that one, a bad pass, they would have had an opportunity to score.
Again, I mentioned this role of Maino and Rodri. Now, we spoke about it being higher up the pitch. It was exactly the same plan when they were deeper. Manchester City will push you back because they have great possession, but the plan was always the same. So you see, he steps out with him here. Now he drops in alongside Casemiro. As soon as he sees the ball coming into Rodri, he presses again. As the pass is made, again, look at that midfield. Look at Dorgu's position there. Tight to Casemiro, Ahmad tight. No chance that these 3 players, either in front of the midfield or behind the midfield, could get on the ball because of the compactness of the team, but also the midfield. So Maino, it was fantastic. Casemiro the same, and before you know it, wide players picking the ball up in counter-attacking positions again. Bruno, who was absolutely outstanding in the game. And who does he find? Dorgu. We've just mentioned the position of Dorgu, almost on the same level as Casemiro, protecting that midfield space. Brilliant from the midfield players all around.
And again, I love what Carrick offered on the goal kick. He knew, obviously, that Man City was going to press. But what I like, if you compare it to what Man City did, you are going to explain it. But first, I need to explain what's going to happen to be able to explain what happened at the top, because it happened at the same time. When you see this type of situation, obviously, you're inviting Man City to press, as you can say here. It's almost a man-to-man. Lewis is there, wingers inside. So it's a back 3 with your holding midfielder shielding, right? We all know that's what you do. If he jumps to the goalkeeper, because your goalkeeper is the extra man, we pop to go to where the striker came. So you know your centre back is going to be free. So I explained that first part. Let me go to the next part. Okay? Now you can roll it, which is very important. Now you can see the difference with Man City that left 3 up front. They left 4 up front. And look at already Rodri, like not being comfortable with that situation. He's pointing ahead. Then you're going to see him shortly. He's going to point to Bruno Fernandes, are we going to see here? But suddenly you can see that Carrick, as you're going to see here, is pointing. Who is going on Bruno Fernandes? Who is going on Bruno Fernandes? Now, if you don't have a 9 that can hold the ball well, he's going to have support. If they don't press well, here, you can play short. If they do press well, you have an idea of how you're going to come. Man City didn't do too well. If you want to dislodge a 4-4-2 flat defending, that's what Man City do more often than not. You need to be in between the lines, just like Bruno Fernandes was found. So, have a look. Rodri is asking who wants that ball. At that particular moment, you have your 2, your 8, your holding midfielder, facing the line of 4. Your 10 has to go and play here and ask for that ball here. Do not come to the ball. You make it too easy. That's what too easy in bracket for Menu to go and put pressure. Obviously, Cherki is going to go to the ball. You see him, he goes to the ball. Look at the difference between Cherki and Bernardo Silva. Cherki stays low. Look at where Bernardo Silva is going to go, to the pocket. Cherki, you should have been here. And I explain why. If you go here, he has to cut now the pass inside. That's free a pass now for Semenyo. And if Semenyo receives the ball, he has a problem now. Because what I call the domino effect now, you have 5 guys in line. On the contrary to you, it's a 3-2-5, but then you can operate and you can hurt now that team in a 4-4-2 flat. You have now. You have an underload. Yes, Semenyo could have dribble past everybody, but you're not dislodging a 4-4-2.
Okay, and we're going to go to the goal. And you've got to remember, the guy who scores is in the wall, and so is Bruno Fernandes. And the goals, the counter-attacking goals in the Premier League in the last 18 months have sort of gone off the scale. I think we're almost double, as I said, in the last 18 months than what we've been in the 10 years before. So it's a huge part of the game. So when this ball comes in and Harry Maguire heads it away, that space there, you might think it's not a problem. It is. It is a problem, as we go on to see. Maybe the guy who's taking the free kick is not the right guy to take it because he can't deal with this situation. Now, what he needs to do as he's taking that is to jump and make sure when this ball drops here, he either wins the tackle, not his forte, or give a foul away. He has to stop the counter-attack. So thinking you're okay in this situation in the Premier League right now is not. You're not. Now, he has to make a foul, and then Manchester United away, and it's a fantastic goal from them. The first goal in a big game like this is always hugely important. Bruno Fernandes, fantastic, and then Buemo. But Thierry, you need to take over this.
Yes, there's something that I want to talk about. I grew up watching Michael Laudrup, the best passer of the ball that I've ever seen. That's my opinion. As you're going to roll it here, I always saw him, when he wants to pass the ball that way, moving it right to pass it left, move it left to pass it right. Because what it does, it will create a little confusion to the defender and will make them move and give time and space to his striker. This guy is not playing football, he's thinking about it. That's a different ball game for me. So now, he didn't touch it yet, okay? He's running with the ball, that's the distance, 4 yards. You're running the right way to be able to cut across the striker. If that ball is played, he's in his momentum, he can run with it. Look at how he has to move away now. Just that, by moving the ball, when Bruno Fernandes moved the ball, just that, the only time he's back on his leg to be able to have the force to go back that way, 2 yards happen in between the first time we stopped it to now. And those 2 yards are going to be vital. He thought about it. He didn't just pass the ball for the sake of passing it. This guy thinks. Now, have a look. When he's about to unleash it, it's 3 yards. Add 2 yards to that. Maybe Mbeumo would have chopped him, if he was too close to him. But maybe he would have blocked it also if he was there. It would have been a different scene. He made that happen. Yes, I know people will say it's easy. It's not easy. It is not easy. He thought about it. He moved him, unleashed it for Mbeumo.
And the second goal, Thierry?
Unleashed it for Mbeumo.
And the second goal, Thierry?
It's just, that was Will. I love what Cunha does. Because whenever he plays or he comes on, he always brings something extra. Here, that's the sheer desire of wanting to go. Both him wanting to pass his guy and Dorgu to want to attack the ball. That was, for me, that goal summarized exactly what was in the team and what wasn't in the team. Because when Cunha now takes the ball, you're not in real danger. There's a sheer wanting to do something. And then look at that moment. Who is in the box? Nobody's in the box yet. Really. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Man City players, only Dorgu really attacking that ball and having that will and that desire to score. And as you said, nobody stops you from running, so you can do that, and they did it so well.
What a return for Michael Carrick. He got one over Pep Guardiola. He's getting a nice collection of scalps, isn't he, though? Above those of the 3 games he took charge of previously when he stepped in to the fort, beating Unai Emery, drawing with Thomas Tuchel, and beating Mikel Arteta as well. And Manchester United fans have been getting involved on Finalysis. We posed the question to them. If United qualify for the Champions League, should Michael Carrick be given the job full-time? 70% say yes. He could be building an interesting case based on the analysis I've just been watching from Jamie and Thierry. And later on, we will be having that conversation ourselves. There could be an amazing list of managers and head coaches available for not just Manchester United, but Real Madrid and the club.
Thierry Henry has sent Arsenal fans into dreamland after boldly declaring that the Gunners will win the Premier League this season. With Arsenal now sitting 7 points clear at the top, the club legend believes Mikel Arteta's side have everything it takes to go all the way, from their relentless intensity to the winning mentality now embedded in the squad. Henry highlighted Arsenal's consistency in big moments, their defensive solidity, and the calmness they're showing under pressure as key signs of true champions. As the title race heats up, Henry's comments have sparked massive debate across the football world. Are Arsenal finally ready to end the wait and lift the trophy? With rivals slipping up and the Gunners finding ways to win even on tough days, momentum is firmly on their side. 7 points clear and growing in confidence, this could be the season Arsenal fans have been waiting for, but can they finish the job?